בראש השנה יקטבנו ביום צום כיפור יחתמון בראש השנה יקטבנו ביום צום כיפור יחתמון ותשובה ותפילה וצדקה מעבירים את רוע גזירה.
Shalom, Shlomo Katz.
Shana Tova.
So we're now in the days of the high holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. These days are, of course, special for everyone. It's special to you. You lead tefillot. You're a chazan these days.
These days are home turf for me. The machzor is home turf for me. I feel most at home with these words that we were in the middle of saying, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot even. I grew up in the home of a chazan. I stood next to my father my whole life on the bima. And Baruch Hashem, for many years now, I've been privileged to be chazan b'shliach tzibur. So these are really, for me, these days are more about swimming in the sea of the machzor, because there's so much richness. The words are so much deeper than the pshat and the simplicity of it.
What would you say are the peaks, the special peaks for you of the prayers of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur?
So every single year, there's always this anticipation that whatever struck me last year is going to blow my mind again this year. But whenever you go into with that kind of expectation, you're going to always be let down. So I try to rid myself of, I can't wait until I get to this. And I try to really be one with every word, which is very hard, very difficult. But with a good chevra around you, it really is possible.
Now you're, of course, involved in the Kailibach scene of music, and we know that there are many shuls, the synagogues that are the Kailibach style, but it's important to note and notice that when it comes to high holidays, it's a lot about actually the traditional tunes and the traditional music.
A lot. Not only did Reb Shlomo use a lot of the old traditional melodies, and especially a lot from the Hasidic courts, but he was very big on nusach, the simple nusach of Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. He has many teachings about it as well. It's not just that he knew how to sing it right, he knew exactly where it was coming from and where it was going. So, and he felt more at home with those. I humbly think he felt more at home with Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur with the davening more than ever, or anything else.
And of course, after these intense days of the high holidays comes Sukkot, and that's like a big music festival.
Sukkot is interesting. Sukkot is, it says, whoever didn't see a Simchat Beit HaShoeva, didn't see Simcha in his life. And I always say, whoever sleeps on Sukkot means that he's not really a good, things aren't working so good for him, because there's so many things to do every second, jumping from concert to festival to Sukkah. It's really an interesting time. Not so much shluf, not so much sleeping, but that's okay. We don't want it to be a sleepy year. But it's the most special time seeing Am Yisrael. Like we say, that we should all be fros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, that we're praying that we should all be under one big sukkah, and we get a little taste of our tefillot under the sukkah.
And throughout all this, today we're talking about also a new album that you're working on that's going to be coming out very soon.
It really is, even though every musician says this about every album that he puts out, this is the album, but this is the album, for me at least, because it's the most personal and the most original. A number of the albums in the past were also, most of them were original, but I never wrote words before. One time I tried in English. I had one song in English I once put out called Gibor, in memory of a good friend of mine, Ari Weiss, Hashem Yikom Damo, a soldier that was killed in the army. But I never wrote in Hebrew. I've been here since the age of 9, on and off from the age of 9. But English will forever be my mama lashon. There's nothing I can do about it. But I live here, my children are growing up speaking Hebrew, learning, it's another world right now. So I had a really special experience where I was on the plane on the way to concerts in South Africa, and I had a lot of time on the plane. And I think probably because there was no cell reception and cell phones were off, that I really had this quieting of the heart. I say quieting of the mind and awakening of the heart. And it's something I always wanted to see if I could express myself through. because I definitely express myself through nigunim and through words of King David and other biblical verses, which many of the previous songs are based on, but I never had my own. So I figure I really, I live here, everyone's hungry to feel connection, feel closeness to people. Maybe I could express my heart with my own original words, and half the new album are songs with original lyrics.
Now, Shlomo, until now your songs are very, very, very user-friendly. You could sing them on Shabbat, you could sing them around the bonfire, the kumzitz. These songs, these Hebrew songs, it's more challenging what you're doing now.
This is something else. Look, I don't know what I'm getting into. I really don't. But if it's getting into self-expression and hitchadshut, renewal of self-expression, then there can't be anything wrong with that. Whether it succeeds, it really is irrelevant, but if I'm expressing myself, a new way of expressing myself and it's real, that means I succeeded already.
Now today we're here talking actually at a wedding hall, and this is also something that you do. How do you relate to this part of your activity?
It's definitely, I never ever planned to ever sing at a wedding. I didn't understand that when you start performing, which was also kind of accidental, when you start performing, people start asking you to come and play weddings, and you say yes before you realize, wait a second, how do you do that? And that's kind of what happened over the years. And then for me, the chuppot, being with the chatan and kalat, the moment that they become one, every single bride and groom, experiencing that moment with them is a true gift.
And of course, we know that you are not only performing here in Israel, you're also out there, around the world, Jewish diaspora, meeting communities around the world.
Yeah, I'm privileged to really, I feel like I'm meeting Hashem, I meet God a lot, because I feel like each person's carrying some kind of godly spark, so I get to meet a lot of pieces of Hashem wherever I go, and I meet a piece of myself with every person that I meet. And I've been traveling a lot for about, I would say like 10, 12 years now already, and meeting people all over the world, and it continues to be the biggest privilege to see what Hashem has created. Whenever I see something beautiful, the painful thing is that I'm always praying that my wife and children can be there with me. They actually will be coming on one big tour this year with me, the whole family, and I took them in the past once also. But until Am Yisrael in the whole world, over the whole world, feels close to each other, close to Hashem and close to themselves, there's still a lot of work to do. As long as I can keep on going, we'll keep on going.
Shlomo Katz, thank you very much for joining us, and good luck.
Thank you, and Shana Tova.